Welcome back. Hannah Mills, nurse practitioner with Cone Health Virtual Care, is here with us today, giving us some ideas on what we should do to handle summer ailments. All right, hot days approaching. Let's talk about some recommendations to avoid getting overheated.
Number one, water. Lots of it all the time throughout your day. So carry a reusable water bottle. It's easy for you to always fill up anywhere you go, at a restaurant, anywhere, and you can always have water with you. That's number one. That's your hydration key right there to avoid overheating. The next thing to do is that you want to just avoid being out in the heat of the day between 10 and 2 p.m. That's when the UV rays and the heat index are high. But say you're outside, you're playing sports, you're working in the yard because you got that gardening to do. If you're getting overheated, try to take a break, rest as often as possible, and hydrate when you can. And make sure you're drinking about a cup every 30, 40 minutes, that you're sweating pretty heavily when you're outside.
All right, so at what point do you need to seek medical attention, you yourself or for someone else that maybe is having some issues?
All right, so if you're feeling lightheaded, you're fainting, or you fainted, or somebody's fainted, confusion is one of them, actively sick, nausea, vomiting, unable to keep fluids down, feeling very chilled and like shaking, they need to seek immediate attention.
Okay. When you're planning that summer vacation, of course, you don't always think ahead about what to do if someone gets sick when you're away from home. So let's talk about, we're on vacation. What options do we have when we're out of town?
Well, the good news is if you're in North Carolina or Virginia, we've got you covered. You can go online to the Cone and look at the virtual care options. We've got several options for you to be able to seek out the MyCare through the MyChart with e-visits or virtual visits like me and you are talking right here. And of course, you can always go to your local urgent care or ED, depending on where you are if you're out of those two states.
All right, let's talk about going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have one more thing to say?
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, when we go on vacation, we're very, adept at packing all of the outfits that we need. But what kinds of other things do we need to put in our suitcase just in case when it comes to our health care?
So make sure you don't leave home without pain relievers. Tylenol, ibuprofen being the classic ones. Band-Aids, triple antibiotic ointment. You never know when you're going to get a cut out somewhere. Our classic sunscreen that we were talking about, the aloe vera gel, especially if you're going to be at the beach or a pool. Your hats, your sunglasses, other skin protection items, life jackets if you're going to be around any form of water, stomach medicine like Tums or acid reliever for anybody to get stomach burn or heartburn or upset stomach, the reusable water bottle, extra charging cables and battery packs in case you get lost if you went out into the woods or something and you needed to get some help. And make sure you bring all your prescription medications because you can't always get them as easy as you might think.
Yeah, and do we need to bring them like in our bottle that has like all the information on them?
It would be preferred. And if you can't do that, at least take a picture of it if you do have a phone that has that ability, because then you can reference it.
Yeah, because you need to know like how much you're taking and all that kind of jazz. All right, for someone who maybe hasn't used virtual care before, maybe they think you have to be really computer savvy. What kind of advice do you have with that?
Totally understand. That happens to everybody. So don't let that deter you from getting help with us. We would love to assist you in any care that you might need. And we've worked really hard to make our visits very user-friendly. The MyChart guides you through step by step. But if you are having trouble, see if you have somebody that can assist you. A trusted family member, friend, or neighbor is always a good idea. But we know that these issues occur, so if we see that you're trying and we can see your name, we can get your number and your information, even if you can't connect, we'll get on that phone and we'll call you. We'll get the help that you need because our goal is to be right here with you.
Okay, so if for some reason you can't make that camera pop up or something of that nature, the phone call at least is there.
Yes.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you so much for your time and your expertise. We so appreciate it. If you missed any of today's segment, what we want you to do is head over to our website, click in the To Your Wellbeing section.